to Be Keto. Today I am sharing with you my blood work since starting keto beginning in November 2017. I can tell you that I entered this journey pretty confident in most areas of my life. In most cases, I had successfully set and achieved my goals. Things were going well with work, friends, family, all of that was going well. But the problem was there was too much of me. Too much. I tried everything. I did Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Weight Watchers, Ideal Protein, hypnosis, therapy, weight loss surgery, all of that. And I always lost weight. I did do that, but then I would end up gaining back a whole lot more. So I was never really able to maintain the whole low fat, high protein, calorie counting approach. The best I felt was probably when I was doing CrossFit and paleo. But even with that, I hit a wall with that. And I kind of reverted back to old habits, and the old pounds came back also. So as I failed at this, I also began to feel a little less confident in other parts of my life. I started to become, or feel at least, unfocused, a little unmotivated, forgetful, foggy brained. I wasn't on my game, so it wasn't working. Then, bam, keto happened. Finally, there was no more fighting with my body. Finally, we were speaking each other's language. It was the difference to me between doing yoga, let's say, and a hardcore weightlifting workout where, I did get the burn. Either way, I still feel the burn. I break a sweat, but there's more of a flow to it. There's more of a focus on your breathing and paying attention to how your body is responding to each move that you're making rather than pushing past itself. So more a focus on the process and less focus on the outcome. And I'm here for that. So for me, keto has been that something better that I didn't know was possible. But even still, I was nervous because I'm thinking, can I live without carbs? Should I live without carbs? What if fat makes me fatter? What if keto kills me? Then some weeks go by, I'm going along, months even. Then my questions start to change. Then it becomes, why am I not hungry anymore? But I thought I had to eat breakfast. Why am I sleeping better? What do I do with all this energy? What do I think about now that I'm not thinking about food all the time? Why are the dietary guidelines so wrong? Wait, what if keto kills me? So full circle. So then it became time to check in with a doctor. But after all that I had read and listened to, I knew that not all doctors were created equal. It was important to find a doctor who understood nutrition and was based on the current science. Believe it or not, that can be a tall order. First of all, nutrition is only a brief focus of perhaps maybe even a few hours in medical school. Also, medical training is become focused on managing and correcting symptoms. How does medicine do that? Through medication. So some of this I know is related to managed care and the squeeze on the doctor's time. It only takes a minute to write a prescription to address a symptom. But treatment, frankly, that takes much longer. In order to understand the symptoms and the root causes of symptoms, that takes time. For example, how many times did I go to the doctor complaining about whatever it was? And how many times was the answer to the question, you're carrying too much weight. You need to lose weight? No. But now as I understand the science, my weight is not the cause, but a symptom of hormonal imbalances in my body. It's inflammation and fat storage triggered by too much insulin. Lowering my intake of carbohydrates is critical to decreasing my body's need for insulin and improving my overall health. I've always known that high insulin levels contributed to diabetes, but now I know that insulin, rather than cholesterol, has been associated with heart health and brain health, with Alzheimer's even being called the type 3 diabetes. So this is what they say. This is what I heard. This is what I was learning in the process of being keto. But then it became, I need to get my own data. I need to take a look at my own results, my own N=1. So now here we are, blood work, about 9 months of keto. Here you can see, yes, looking really good. All my markers of insulin are excellent. My sugar levels, glucose levels, excellent. So really, with keto, it's made a big difference. I've been able to, yeah, I'm still insulin resistant, but my glucose, my HbA1c, insulin, and my CRP, which is looking at inflammation, is down. Now, I will say that my doctor looked at that CRP and she said that it was a little elevated, but she associated that with, inflammation which is manifested with the weight that I'm carrying. So as I lose that weight and as my health markers improve, that weight will come off and that inflammation will go down. So that's excellent. And then you'll see in terms of my lipid measures that, and you'll see on the screen, this is a scale on Ivor Cummings' Fat Emperor blog, and he's demonstrating the results from a study in 2005 where they looked at over 15,000 women between the ages of 48 and 59, and they were basically doing a comparison between the markers and how powerful they are in predicting cardiovascular health, heart disease. So what you see, and again, on his blog, definitely check that out, his thefatemperor.com. And then also he explains all of this really beautifully in his book with Dr. Jeffrey Gerber, Eat Rich and Live Long. And what you'll see is that the best indicators are found to be high sensitivity CRP, which we just talked about, and the lipid ratios. So it's not about total cholesterol. It's not about just your HDL or your LDL. It's about those ratios and how they are related to each other. So when you look at my lipid measures, again, man, I mean, they look great. They look great. The biggest, most impressive difference that I see, and the one that I'm actually probably the most happiest with, is my triglycerides HDL ratio. Because before keto, my ratio was 0.95. And now, 9 months into keto, just about cut in half at 0.55. I mean, that's amazing. And this ratio, the triglycerides HDL ratio, is considered the best one for predicting heart and death risk from any cause, death from any cause. And so you see with mine, I'm right where I want to be. And it's actually also, this ratio is the best way to improve these numbers, this ratio is to decrease your carbohydrates and increase your healthy fat intake. Amazing. Now, the other ratio, the other number that you see there in my lipid measures is the ApoE measure. And that is looking at the allele that has been associated with Alzheimer's disease, the ApoE4. So I have inherited 2 of the 3 alleles. And so at this point, it looks like I'm solid in terms of my genetics. Now, keep in mind the ApoE4, it doesn't necessarily mean that all people with Alzheimer's disease have the ApoE4 allele, and not all people who have the allele will develop the disease, but it is one that's associated with risk in that area. So I can tell you altogether, I'm very happy with my results. Triglycerides in half, insulin levels significantly decreased, pre-diabetic, no more, improved insulin resistance, stellar lipid panels, cholesterol levels are good, better or the same as pre-keto, despite all the fears about bacon, eggs, butter, all that. And my ApoE looks great, so my brain is hopeful. Now, I want to tell you the quote from my doctor. She said, and I quote, These are very good results. They are some of the best I have seen. Okay, thank you. Yes. Results don't lie. Plus, I've come to know that my brain functioning and struggles with weight are all related to my diet, yes, but not at all in the way that I thought. Not because I'm not working hard enough, not because I'm lazy, not because I lack willpower, not because I just need to exercise more and eat less. I am not doomed by my genetics. I am not hopeless. This is all totally within my control. Okay? We've been duped. The food and pharmaceutical industries have been hijacked by profit margins. And what is sacrificed? Our health. So if you want to know more about how that works, please check out Nina Teicholz's book, The Big Fat Surprise. Definitely look at the Nutrition Coalition, support that. They're looking to make a change in the dietary guidelines so that they're actually based on the evidence. What a concept. Just remember, my keto is different from your keto, my specific blood work, and the results are true for me alone. So we know that. My concerns and my goals for keto are going to be different than yours. Do your homework and get excited about your body. Get excited to know what your body is asking for so that you all can communicate with each other. I've included a number of books, podcasts, and other resources that I hope you will find helpful in figuring out your keto. Also recognize that your medical needs may be different and depending on what is important for your health. Incorporate the guidance of a keto-friendly nutritionist and or doctor. I think that would be important. I use Jimmy Moore's ketogenic website to find my doctor. There are providers from all over the world on there, so I encourage you to take advantage of that tool as well. Thanks for tuning in to Be Keto. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found a little bit of something that might be helpful as you start or continue your keto journey. If so, please leave comments, like, and please subscribe. As well, come join us at the Be Keto Facebook page as I be keto, you be keto, and we be keto. See you next time, and be keto.